Hi everybody, MJ here. Gonna talk kind of quiet because I'm in a quiet part of the hotel. I can take my mask off. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who joined me earlier. This fantastic little walk that we had down the street. Oh my goodness, what's this? Some junk in my glasses. Yeah, so I went up to my room and I got this strawberry stuff I was telling you about. It's called More, and they call it a strawberry lactic acid flavor sparkling, but they didn't say water. In Chinese, we would call this Jiaoxi, and it says, right on the front, it says strawberry. It says Lan Mei strawberry, Bong Wei, which means like a distinctive flavor. So it's, then at the bottom it says Jiaoxi, so that's how we say soda water or like sparkling water in Chinese. And I had drank the other one with the rum, so I just got a little tiny bottle of Suntory whiskey and topped it off. And this will be it for the rest of the night. So I want to say hi to everyone. And let me see. I think we have a little bit of a problem here. Gallardo, how you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, man. I think, yeah, that was a little bit out of frame. It might have been out of frame in the last stream too. So yeah, nice to have you with us. Fist bump to you. All right, now this place here, I got to tell you. Oh, Dave, thank you so much, and Ken, fist bump to you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's funny because Ken was saying he was just watching the replays. You know, that happens to me too. And it's one of the most annoying things because you're going like, you know, you get another notification. You go, hey, dude, just slow down. I haven't even finished, you know, the previous one, so I know what you mean. Let me take off my man bag here for a second. I'm just going to kick back and relax. What I should have done was I should have got my lab mic so I can just sit back here and, you know. But I didn't. It's upstairs. So, you know, speaking of which, I got all this right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the resort across the street. Now this over here, this is like an executive lounge. Look at this. There's coffee machine and stuff over here. It's all complimentary. You know, this hotel, the room that we're in, it's about 300 or so, 310, 320 US dollars a night. Hey, how you doing? Bruce Lee Xiaolong. How you doing? Good morning. It's on wherever you are. This is nighttime here in Taiwan. Local time is about 23 hours and 32 minutes. Dave, of course, is in Osaka, Japan. You guys want to follow Dave? Follow Ken. Ken does coffee reviews. He's a funny guy. I like him a lot. Nah, actually, I love him. And so, yeah. Guys, just all follow each other because there's a lot of good content out there, you know. And I'm not saying I'm one of them. I'm saying that I hang out with these guys, you know. They humor me. They like when you know, when Dave and I go out, you know, sometimes he'll act like he doesn't know me, you know, and I understand that. I'm kidding. That's an old joke. I was listening to, the greatest joke that I ever heard, practical joke like that, was Don Rickles was at a club, and he was with a young lady, and this is, of course, he's married. He was just joking around. But he says, he went over to Frank, and he says, hey, Frank, could you help me out? I says, I'm with a babe over here. He says, oh, excellent, thank you. That's good to hear, thank you. You know, Dave actually keeps up with my, you know, he keeps up with my followers. That's pretty amazing. I think that's so cool. So, well, yeah, okay. Well, thank you, Bruce Lee. I appreciate that. So Don Rickles goes over to Frank. He says, "Hey, Frank, can you help me out? There's a hot chick over here. I want to impress her. If you could just stop by the table, you know, and say hi. I'd appreciate it later." Frank's like, "Sure, of course." So a little while later, on his way out, you can look this up on YouTube. Basically, Frank's like, you know, walking over, goes, "Hey, Don, how you doing?" He says, "Frank, can't you see I'm eating here?" And I said, "Don't bother me." He's like, So anyway, I love stuff like that. But all right, so here we are. Now I want to show you a few things. Yeah, I know. And you know what? Every time he tells it, I don't care how many times I hear it. Every time I hear it, I spit my beer. He was the only one, Now I've got some stuff that I want to show you because I'm here in Yilan, and everybody goes, Yilan, where's that? They think Elon Musk. No, it's just pronounced Yilan. Yilan is a county in Taiwan. It's on the east side, and it's on the northern part of the east coast, and this is the area that was developed mostly by the Japanese. Now, I'm going to show you what we had. Well, let me just start here. We went to the coolest little greenhouse today, and they had all of this stuff, these beautiful little cactus and so forth, and they were so cute. I love these things. Look at these. These are so cute. Taiwan, of course, is a country where you can, there are plants that grow on top of the concrete, in my carport because it's so prolific here. So, and this next one, I have never seen a plant like this ever. I have no idea what that is, but it's so cool. Oh, and these plants are like anywhere from $1.20 to like $3. They're just amazing. And of course, Taiwan, maybe you don't know this, but Taiwan is known for orchids, and they have won many worldwide awards for orchids and some of the hybrids that they do. And orchids are just, this makes me believe in creation. Look at this. These are incredible. Of course, now the aspect ratio, see a little bit up here. The aspect ratio, I have a Xiaomi 9T Pro, and it's got a very wide screen. There's no hole because the camera is a pop-up. And so I have a very, very wide angle ratio, which doesn't match Prism when it's broadcasting. But look at this. That is just, these are really something. And there's another one that just, look at that. That looks like some kind of an alien or something. Yes, they are. Actually, you can buy one for, it was 100 NT, which is $3. One plant. And you can buy, I think it's, I don't know, I think it's one plant for 100, and then it's 2 plants for 200, or 3 plants for 200. So 3 plants for $6. And each plant probably has, each plant kind of looks like this. They'll have like a stalk of like 3 to 5 or 6 flowers on it. These are really something. I love this. And so we walked around all day and we're watching these things, right? And these are just, and I hope this isn't boring you, but look at these. These are just, it makes you feel calm. Oh yeah. Well, of course, we're just, this obviously is a hybrid between some of the lighter colors and the pink, but these were just, I felt so chill, just hanging out and watching these. So another thing too was they had a thing, look at this, man, I'm going to play this for you. They had all these koi. They had all these koi fish, and Phoenix was feeding them. And boy, they were just like all over the place. Look at that. That's just really something. That was funny. Now, tonight, I never knew this. See, I've lived in Taiwan, as you heard from earlier tonight. Tomorrow is my 17th year. That's 17. That's 17年. That's 17 years I have lived in Taiwan. And I never knew that Yilan here was known for roast duck. And you guys know how much I love roast duck. It's at the end of my block, there's a roast duck truck that comes a couple times a week. I make it a point to go there, as often as I can. So my wife booked this hotel. Now I'm going to tell you about my wife. She has impeccable taste. My wife is high class. Too high class for me. But don't tell her that. She hasn't figured that out yet. But anyway, be that as it may, she took us to another hotel, and they have a restaurant that specializes in this duck. And you guys have seen what we used to call in America years ago. We would call it Peking duck. Yeah, but wait till I haven't showed you yet. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Ken. I fist bumped you. I can always count on you, bro. Yes, men, we got to stick together. So we've had, in English, we call it, Peking duck. And back when I was 19 to 20 years old, and I worked in Chinese restaurants before I went on the road. Of course, back then, the capital of China was called Peking, and then one day they started calling it Beijing on TV. It's actually two words. It's Bei and Jing, which means North Capital. So now they call it Beijing duck, but in Chinese it's Beijing Kao Ya, which means roast duck. So I've had Beijing Kao Ya in Beijing. I've had it in Peking, and so is Dave. Dave and I were talking about this earlier. Of course, it's all over Taiwan. I've had it in Hong Kong. I'm going to tell you, I've been to Hong Kong 5 times. Can't go there anymore. But I had a couple of decent meals there, but I was disappointed by the duck. But there's a place in Yangmei that's about 30 minutes north of where I live. Well, it's actually, time is 22 minutes north of where I live. And they have what they call, the oil drum duck. That's where it's not really an oil drum, but it's a round, it looks like an oil drum. It's a cooker, and they put a charcoal fire down in the bottom, and they slow roast it. And that place is unbelievable. And so there are a couple of Taiwanese roast duck places that are just outstanding. Now, before I show you these pictures, there's something that I have to tell you. My Taiwanese friends in America never ate duck because you go to the supermarket. I'm talking like 1999. You go to the supermarket and the duck. Sorry, I got to get my lip balm. The duck is frozen. It's a frozen duck, and it's $30. $30. It's 1,000 NT. And 20 years ago, 1,000 NT, you get a hotel room. So when I moved to Asia and I started looking at the prices of these duck dishes, I'm going to ask you guys who are from America, have you ever eaten duck in the United States? And if you have, how many times? Is it once or is it 10 times? I just want to know. Anybody ever eaten any duck in the United States? And I'll tell you what, you can either say no or give me a number. Yeah, you won't tell. I appreciate that. I'm reading that again. You can either say no, I haven't, or if you have, just give me the number, because I would like to know. Because I think it's this many. I ate duck a couple of times at some Chinese restaurants that I went to, and there was a duck dish called 12 Xiang Su Ya, and it was an aromatic duck. Really, really good. I like that. Okay, Bruce Lee. But Bruce Lee's Chinese, so 中国人没关系啊. So here's the thing, right? I came to Taiwan and found that I could get like a bowl of duck soup, with noodles in it for like $2. I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. And I started developing this taste for duck that I couldn't afford to have back in the United States. And I've even had goose. We have restaurants here that do goose, and goose is cheap too. And I've never even seen goose in the supermarkets in the United States. They got to be somewhere. Somebody has them. But it's not a normal food. Yeah, Ken's had it twice. See what I'm saying? So I had it like twice this month, So let me show you these duck dishes. Now, what they did was I shot a video. Actually, hang on. Let me do this because I have Prism Live Studio, and I can actually, if I want to, I can actually Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add the video. It's 2 minutes long, okay? Is that okay? Do you guys mind? Can I show you a 2-minute video? They brought the duck out, and the lady's introducing it. It's in Chinese, but you get the point. The guy off to the side he's slicing the meat, and the lady is talking about it. She's wrapping it in the pancakes and the hoisin sauce. Let me show this to you. In order to make the video display correctly, I'm going to mute my microphone. I'm going to turn it up so you can hear, okay? And you may hear some comments from my family. That's okay. All right, let me do this. Okay. My mic's going to be muted. I'll show you this video. Hang on a second.
师傅会先偏向樱桃鸭最鲜嫩的脆皮鸭胸与嫩肉，再搭配我们的起司、蜂蜜芥末酱以及我们主厨特制的粗饭，再撒上我们的黄金脆片，成为我们宜兰首屈一举的黄金脆皮鸭寿司哦。偏下鸭片与鸭肉，这样一来可以降低油腻口感，去除油脂。再搭配我们的饼皮、三星葱、小黄瓜以及我们主厨特制的酱料，这样一来可以吃出更加的多层次口感。
Yes, that was like the coolest thing I'd ever seen. That was like roast duck sushi, man. And they put it on the spoon, they sprinkled some stuff on it that looked like gold. I don't know what it was. My wife asked what it was. We don't know. You heard her say Yilan a couple times. There were some Yilan specific things that they were putting in there. And I don't know what these things are. So she was saying them in Chinese, and I'm like, I don't know. But I got to tell you, it was off the charts. This is my picture of what those things look like. And here they are. Look at this. I'm just going to zoom in, pop that up. I mean, that is some crispy skin duck meat right there. And you see the little gold kind of stuff that's on it. And she called it, I forget what it is. She called it huang something, like yellow something, like, I don't know. The presentation is beautiful. And you're right. And it was they had let me do this and kind of reset this. There you go. This is 10 spoons, on the plate. It really is. It really is. And so, and then I got a close up of it too. This is a better shot. Look at this. And it was sticky rice. I could tell by eating it. It wasn't like Thailand sticky rice. but it was a glutinous kind of rice. It really, really is, man. It really is. And so then they made the traditional style, like this, with a hoisin sauce inside and the scallions. And this, my friends, was off the charts. Look at this. That is just, whew, okay. Okay, now, the cool part about it is, let me do this, because, all right, I wasn't actually, I should have done this earlier. I wasn't actually, like, prepared to show all these things. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to add this. I'm going to add that. I'm going to add this and this. Okay. Now, this is Prism Live Studio, so I can add more things. This is what they called. They called this like 1鸭5翅, which means 1 duck and 5. 翅 means eats, so like 5 dishes. So they made 5 dishes because you saw the guy, he was carving, the carcass, right? And when you take the big cleaver and you're slicing the meat off, you can't get all the meats. But what they do is they do other things with the meat. So one of the things that they did was they made, it's hard to see what this is. It just looks like a bunch of ingredients in the center, but all around that is what they call congee, okay? It's kind of a rice soup. And that's wheat down on the bottom, and there's some bean sprouts, and there's some dark, because duck meat is very dark. There's some dark duck meat on there. Let's see. The dark duck meat is, let's see. It's this right here. That's the dark duck meat, see? Yeah. And anyway, you stir this up, and it was unbelievable. The congee was great. And we ate like almost 100% of it. It was really nice. And then they brought out a stir-fried dish that they made with the carcass. Yes. It really, really is. Hey, Jay Boy, nice to have you with us, man. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you coming back in. This was really good. And you can see that there's basil. Okay, now, for those of you who may not know, because basil is so good for you, it's incredibly healthy. I'm going to put this color on. I mean, that's the basil right there, okay? And there's a little bit more of it like right there. But this is just, this basil it's off the charts, okay? And I got another shot of this. Here's a close-up of it. And look at how succulent that is. Sorry about that, J-Boy. Well, are you, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you're subscribed, then you should get notifications. But Bruce Lee, the sauce is something. There wasn't an external sauce like a dipping sauce. The sauce was just whatever the base was that the chef used to cook it. But you can see all the pieces of fat in there, and you can see how juicy it is. It was slow cooked. And when you slow cook this stuff, it retains the juices. And then finally, they made a soup, and look at that. So we had 5 dishes. So don't apologize about it. I appreciate you coming in whenever you can, Jay Boy. I appreciate the replay views. Hey, you've been following me on Periscope and YouTube for 5 years, man. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So we had the 5 dishes, and it really was incredible. So let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, where you live, how much would you pay for a meal like that? 5 different kinds, 5 dishes, 1 duck, 5 dishes. How much would you be willing to pay? And take a guess how much it was here in Taiwan. The only other dish, and I'm trying to think, I have a picture of that. The only other dish that we ordered that didn't actually come with it. In other words, it's something that my wife just wanted to to get along with it was a vegetable dish, and I don't have a shot of that actually. I don't know why. I don't have a shot of the vegetable dish. But how much would that cost? $100 for five courses? Yep. Yep. Okay. Actually, I'm going to tell you, in the United States, I think that would be too cheap. That's just my opinion, just based on the price of duck. But that whole meal was about $70 US. And, you know, with the addition of just the vegetable dish that my wife added on, you know, that stuffed us. My wife and I and my 8-year-old daughter, that just stuffed us. So I used to live in Boston, and I would go to, like, you know, Pocari's and all these places, and I mean, just to get, like, you know, linguine with clams was, you know, $40 US. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was a whole duck, and but they do that a lot in Taiwan, and in general in Chinese-speaking countries. You know, this kind of cuisine, they'll have like one animal of some kind and different kinds, and sometimes they call it kill. Like I went to a place that did lobster, and that is a. Hey, Mike. No, I'm not in the studio. No, I'm out in the. I'm in the field. No, this is not a green screen. This is a real thing. But thanks for asking, Mike. Where have you been? I haven't seen you for a long time. Fist bump to you. Yeah, man. It's like you've been AWOL, but that's okay. I understand. Good to see you. And you know what? I appreciate you, Mike. You've been leaving messages, you know, on my streams. I appreciate it, man. But I want to tell you, I haven't seen you for a long time, and I miss you, man. Hey, give me a hug. Come here, man. Come here. Come on. All right. Good, man. All right, so about what we say in Chinese, right? With it's fun. This is funny. The word for lobster in Chinese is longxia, which means dragon shrimp. So cool, it's dragon shrimp. So you'll sometimes see a place that'll say longxia, and it'll say like sansa, like 3 kills. So I went to this one restaurant and they had the 3 kill lobster, and they had taken part of it, and thank you, and made lobster sashimi. And I don't know if you guys have ever had lobster sashimi. Not many people. It's you know, a lobster is a lot like a shrimp, you know, and if you shell it without it being cooked, it's a mass of kind of gelatinous meat, kind of like a shrimp. A lot of people don't like raw shrimp. I've eaten a lot of raw shrimp because I've spent a considerable amount of Thailand and Laos, and these places do have raw shrimp salad, and they're absolutely impeccably fresh. And they have the river type too that they do, the ones with the claws on them. But anyway, I've had lobster sashimi, and it's fantastic. So they made a lobster sashimi. That was the first dish. And then they made a soup, and they made one other dish, and I forget. But the cool part about it was, when they did the sashimi, they had a big round plate, and they had the head of the lobster sticking up there. And they had just went and broken it off and shoved it in this dish after they put a bunch of bamboo shoots around it, and they had, you know, they were triangular shaped bamboo shoots all the way around it, if you can imagine this. And then they quickly took part of the tail and made it into sashimi and put it around. So when they brought the thing out, the head was still alive, and the big antennas, you know, the big feelers, because these are spiny lobsters here. These aren't the Omar lobsters like they have in Boston. And these big things are sitting there, they're going like this, and the lobster's looking at you, and it's just his head sticking on a plate. I'm like, in an alternate universe, that would be gross, but I'm in Taiwan, man. That's cool. That's some cool stuff. And then they had the other dishes come out. But one thing that was impressive about that restaurant was that the first dish came out in 10 minutes. It was like after that, it was only 3 minutes per dish, so they're really quick. That's one thing that the dishes are. I know that's one thing that Taiwan restaurants and Asian restaurants are known for is those dishes. So now this is really strange because this has been moving. I don't know what's going on. This seemed like it was out of frame before, and now I don't know. Don't eat me. I know. That was just anyway. So I've had some pretty interesting experiences with that, so anyway, I want to say something because I got to tell you, I have a group. I have a late night line group. The app that they use in Asia. It's from Korea. It's very popular in Taiwan. There are about 15 million users in Taiwan. There's probably 50 million users in Japan, and who knows how many in Korea. But I have a line group for my fans and friends, but also all your favorite live streamers that are in this line group too. And I appreciate the support that I get, so much. Let me do this. What I want to do is I'm going to show you this because if you want to reach me, you can reach me at late night at taiwanlive.tv. That of course is the website here, up here at right here. Yeah, taiwanlive.tv is an actual website. I didn't bother with an SSL certificate on it because I don't collect any information on it. But if you want to send me an email to latenight@taiwanlive.tv, I would be more than happy to give you an invitation to our late night group because everybody that that's a live streamer, all those live streamers that you love are there. But I got to tell you, my biggest fan is Dave in Osaka. And don't know what time it is. Dave came in earlier. Gosh, it's midnight. It's after 1 a.m. He may be awake, and he may still be watching. Sometimes he's working, and he's listening in the background because I have a face for radio. I could just turn the camera off. That would be fine. But Dave is such a big fan of mine, and I feel bad because my circumstances are I can't watch that many live streams. First of all, I got an 8-year-old daughter. So right there, that tells you, But I also run a 15 factory manufacturing consortium. Now, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. But when things happen, the world comes to a stop, and I got to deal with that. And, of course, I have a studio. And, so I'm the busiest guy in the world that doesn't have a job. And Dave always watches my replays. He always watches my live streams. And I feel really bad because I can't do that. Oh. And the same with you, Ken, and same with everybody else, that watches my streams. And we all have this mutual admiration thing going on. But for those of you who don't actually realize the contribution that Dave gives to me, to my show, we talk all the time, almost on a daily basis, many times per week on the Line app. I'm always bouncing stuff off of him. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And, sometimes we have, friendly arguments and disagreements about things. But that's how you find stuff out. You sort things out, and what do you think I should do, and how about this and that other thing? And he's actually been very helpful in straightening my attitude out on a couple of things, more than a couple of things. But here's the thing. Dave went to Greenland, right? And you guys know this. He goes to Greenland. He spends a tremendous amount of money going to Greenland. It wasn't enough that he went to North Korea a couple times and live streamed that. He has to go to Greenland. And so he's on a boat. And, there's icebergs all around this boat, And so these icebergs are just, it's like, talk about like I mean, an experience. I've never seen an iceberg. No, I was invited on an expedition to Antarctica, but then I got injured. I was going to be part of the radio crew, but I got injured and I couldn't go. So I guess I would have seen icebergs then. I would have seen whole ice islands called Peter the First Island. But that never happened. But here's Dave. He's in, not Antarctica, but he's in the Arctic waters. And he's on a boat with, icebergs are around. And he suddenly thinks of MJ. And if you think I'm kidding, here you go.
Hi, this is Dave in Osaka, live from Greenland, and you're watching Taiwan Live TV with MJ Klein.
So, I mean, who does that? Dave. Now, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of you don't know this. I'm going to type something. And I'm sorry about this. I got for some reason, this is not locked. Yeah, this is really strange. Okay, I'm going to type this. You guys don't know this, maybe. Oh, why is this doing this? Okay. Whoops. I got to do this here. Hold on. Come on. Oh, this won't let me do it. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Pretend there's a dot there. This is what it is. All right. I'm going to reset my gimbal. Hold on. There you go. Now pretend I know it was. You're absolutely, you guys are, I want to make sure I didn't miss your comments. Yeah, he is. Absolutely, he is. There is a website, daveinosaka.com. There you go. I don't know why that didn't lock. That's very strange. Okay, good. Now, if I do this, and if I do that, it'll turn. Okay, but that is, yeah, that was weird. It was almost like the gimbal wasn't locked in the correct position. So whatever. So I like how you can, type stuff in from my keyboard and it goes to all the different, You'll see that if you look at it, it says Taiwan Live TV in Periscope. Then it says Twitch, and then that other one is not Facebook. That is just like a native Prism chat. And then down the bottom it says daveinosaka.com, and it's in YouTube. The reason that I couldn't do the dot was because the gimbal has a clamp, and the clamp has an overhang on the phone. And my virtual keyboard on the phone had the dot like where the clamp was in the bottom, and I'm pressing, I can't get to it. I'm getting to the comma and the apostrophe and everything else. But the space bar was wide enough that I could get my pinky in there just by that clamp and go and put that space in there that you see like right there. So that's what I did. Oh, excuse me, little burp happening. Yes, it is annoying. Excuse me, but it's also live TV, and I'm used to live shows because, whoa. Because I had a national talk show in the United States. Of course, that was live. I'm not using the Surface, no. I'm using the Xiaomi 9T Pro, and it has, the front camera that's a pop-out, and it has 3 cameras in the back. But unfortunately, Prism doesn't utilize the ultra-wide, but that's okay because you would see the motor, from from the gimbal, but that's okay. So yeah. Anyway, is there anything else that, yeah, let's talk about this. This has been a while. I want to talk about this. Yes, it is. It's a pop-up selfie camera. That's right. Now, you guys that go back with me from a long time, you know that when this said 4 million, not 104 million, 4 million, I was very concerned about this. I live in Taiwan, and we just announced our number 9th death today. And this is somber news, but you look at the total deaths around the world, it's 2,271,794. That is way too many people. That is unconscionable. Now, I walk around with this mask. We got the mask, and you know, when I went to the States in 2018, I wore a mask. I wouldn't wear a mask all the time. So, Ken, thank you. Fist bump to you. Guys, follow Ken, okay? Oh, it's over here. He's over here. Ken, you're running around. He's over here. Follow Ken Rod's coffee break. Oh, Ken, I want to show you something. Don't go away. Wait. I got something just for you, and I forgot all about it. Gosh, I forgot all about it. I got to show you this. Hang on. I saw a friend of yours today, Ken. And where is he? Let me see if I can find him. Hang on. I saw somebody today that you know, and where is it? No. I don't see it. Hang on. Oh. I'll show you later, Ken. I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyway. What was I saying? I forgot. I usually don't forget. I usually don't lose my train of thought. But we're talking about the pandemic and so forth. And I wear my mask around, and we've been wearing masks here for a long time. All I can tell you guys is that masks work, and after all this time, you know, the World Health Organization, which is a scam, is a sham. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to the mainstream, because they don't even know how to cure type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is completely cured, but if you follow the conventional wisdom, you will die from it. So now, somebody came out and said, oh, they want to, sorry, Ken, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I can't seem to find it right now. But I'll send it to you. They're now recommending that you double your masks. Double the masks up. So, I'm looking around. You know, it's getting kind of late. And I don't want to put the staff out here, so I think I'm going to say good night. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. I really appreciate it. It's been a real pleasure and a privilege talking to you this evening. And so we're going to move to another place about 30 minutes south of here, and I'll try to get on probably on Saturday and let you guys see some of the sights down there too. You guys take care. Thank you so much. I'm going to say Zaijian, Wan An. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. So. 我要说，谢谢你们看我们直播，谢谢你们哈，拜拜，take care, see you. That was great, thank you.